Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Buzz with me, Deepika, and coming up in the next half an hour. Weight of a century gets over as India scripts history with double podium finish at 45th Chess Olympiad 2024. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulates the team from New York, says this is a new chapter in India's sports trajectory. Erling Holland scores 100th goal for City as they draw 2-2 against Arsenal at English Premier League. And Team Europe defeated Team World to lift Laver Cup title trophy. Captains Borg and McEnroe passed the torch to Andre Agassi and Yannick Noah for next Laver Cup editions. To begin with chess, India achieved double podium finish, ending the wait of a century. With this, India not only emerged as the world champions, but also proved that this is actually the golden era for Indian chess. Here's a report that takes a deep dive into how India created history and how the nation celebrated the victory. The wait of a century is finally over as India scripted history in the world of chess, a sport which is deep-rooted in India's historical sporting landscape. On 22nd of September, it was the Indian flag that was hoisted high with pride in both men's and women's category as India delighted the fans with double podium finish in Budapest. GMs D. Gukesh, Arjun Arigaisi and R. Pragnananda all won as the Indian men wrapped up victory in 45th Chess Olympiad with a statement 3.5 to 0.5 victory over Slovenia in the last round. Whereas in women's category, Team India clinched gold for the first time after convincingly beating Azerbaijan by 3.5 to 0.5. They saw Kazakhstan on equal match points from the outset and tie their match with the US team. Congratulating the entire Indian chess contingent, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that every Indian is proud of her chess players.
भारत एनर्जी से भरा हुआ है, सपनों से भरा हुआ है, रोज नए कीर्तिमान, हर रोज नई खबर। आज ही एक और बहुत अच्छी खबर मिली है। चेस ओलंपियाड में मेंस और वुमेन्स दोनों में भारत को गोल्ड मिला है। ये लगभग 100 साल के इतिहास में पहली बार हुआ है। पूरे देश को, हर हिंदुस्तानी को हमारे चेस प्लेयर्स पर बहुत गर्व है।
Union Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia called it as the golden era for Indian chess. He tweeted, and I quote, "Golden era for Indian chess. India makes history with the first ever gold at 2024 Chess Olympiad. Congratulations to our women's team, Divya Deshmukh, Harika Dronawali, Vaishali, Vantika and Tanya Sachdev. India's chess excellence shines globally." Union Sports Minister also congratulated the men's team. He wrote, and I quote, "India makes history in chess. Huge congratulations to our men's chess team, D. Gukesh, Arjun Arigaisi, R. Pragnananda, Vidit Gujarati and Hari Krishna for winning gold at the Chess Olympiad. This is India's first ever win in this prestigious event. Our chess heroes have made India proud, showcasing their brilliance and hard work on the global stage." Well, this was the second time a country won gold in both sections since the Soviet times. The Soviet Union had a dominant run of double golds between 1980 and 1986, a streak that was interrupted by the Hungarian women's team led by the Polgar sisters, who claimed gold in 1988 and 1990 ahead of the still existing Soviet Union. China did so in 2018, and now India scripted history in 2024 with double gold medals at the international event. Sports Desk, DD India. Now, chess governing body FIDE's General Assembly has agreed to consider lifting parts of a ban on Russian and Belarusian players, which was imposed following the conflict with Ukraine. Delegates from 66 countries supported a last-minute proposal by the FIDE Council to consult the International Olympic Committee about letting some of the players and the teams from Russia and Belarus, such as those with disabilities or children aged under 12, return to international events. The FIDE General Assembly is being held in Hungarian capital Budapest. On to cricket now. Spinner Ravichandran Ashwin's all-round show helped India secure a comprehensive 280-run victory against Bangladesh in the opening test at Chennai. Now, following his century in the first innings, Ashwin claimed 6 wickets for 88 runs to bundle out Bangladesh for 234 runs. During the match, Ashwin also scripted several records as he eclipsed Courtney Walsh's 519 wickets tally and equalled Vaughan's record of 37 wicket hauls. Here's a report that tells you all about it. Take a look.
India took a little over 3 days to thrash Bangladesh by 280 runs to clinch the first test in Chennai and maintain their formidable home record. India had set a mammoth 515 runs victory target. Bangladesh were all out for 234 runs. Only skipper Nazmul Hussain Shanto offered some resistance with the bat and scored 82 runs. The match belonged to spinner Ravichandran Ashwin, who shined with all-round show. Ashwin slammed a ton in the first innings to power India to a respectable total of 376 runs when the hosts were in a spot of bother. In Bangladesh's second innings, Ashwin claimed 6 for 88 to lead India to a comprehensive victory inside 4 days. During the match, Ashwin scripted several records. The off-spinner went past Courtney Walsh's 519 wickets tally. He climbed to the 8th spot of the all-time leading test wicket takers. Ashwin equaling Australian Shane Warne's record of 37 5-wicket hauls in Test cricket. The victory marked a historic moment as India finally surpassed their tally of losses in Test cricket. India has achieved 179 wins against 178 losses from 581 matches since their debut in 1932. Furthermore, India have not lost a Test series at home since 2012. They have reached the World Test Championship finals and are currently top of the WTC standings. Sports Desk, DD India.
India's captain Rohit Sharma was pleased with the strong start to a season that also includes 3 home tests against New Zealand and 5 in Australia. Rohit Sharma said, and I quote him, "I thought it was a great result looking at what lies ahead for us. Yes, we've been playing after a long time, but you're never out of cricket. It was just about getting together as a group, which we did. We came here a week before. We had a good lead up to the test match and then we got the result that we wanted. You have to give credit to the guys. Whenever there is a responsibility, they never shy away from it." Unquote. Moving on, left-arm spinner Prabhat Jayasuriya took 2 overs to polish off the New Zealand tail and complete a 5-wicket haul as Sri Lanka sealed a 63-run victory in the opening test in Galle International Stadium on Monday. Chasing 275 for the victory, New Zealand were all out for 211. Despite Rachin Ravindra's gallant 92, their batters were unable to negotiate the sharp turn and low bounce at the venue. Jayasuriya claimed his 8th 5-wicket haul, which is a fifer. New Zealand began the final day needing 68 runs for a memorable victory with 2 wickets in hand, but Sri Lanka took only 4 overs to wrap up the victory. The second test begins on Thursday in Galle, Sri Lanka. Aiden Markram's composed 69 guided South Africa to a 7-wicket victory in the third ODI, avoiding a clean sweep against Afghanistan in Sharjah. Chasing 170, the Proteas overcame a brief wobble at 80 for a loss of 3 wickets, with Markram and Tristan Stubbs 26 adding an unbeaten 90-run stand. Afghanistan, having already won the series, struggled with the bat despite Remanullah Gurbaz's valiant 89 off 94 balls. Now, 3 key Afghan batters were run out and AM Ghazanfar's 31 provided a late boost. South Africa capitalized on the absence of Rashid Khan and Faisal Haq Faruqi and eased towards the victory. On to women's cricket now. At the ongoing New Zealand versus Australia first T20I, New Zealand had to face a fine of 5% of their match fee for maintaining a slow over rate against Australia in the first T20I. Well, Australia won the first T20I in Mackay by 5 wickets and the second match by 29 runs at the same venue. It was found that the opposition team, the White Ferns, were short of the acceptable over rate. New Zealand captain Sophie Devine pled guilty to the offence and accepted the sanctions, so there was no need for a formal hearing. The teams play another T20I at the same venue on Tuesday, which is the 24th September, before travelling to the United Arab Emirates for the much-awaited ICC Women's T20 Cricket World Cup that begins on the 3rd of October. And talking about the World Cup, with just 10 days to go for the much-awaited Women's T20 Cricket World Cup 2024, ICC has released the official event song for the tournament that is grooving the fans with its melodious tunes. The Whatever It Takes event song is a collaboration between all-girl pop group Wish, music director Mikey McCleary, composer Parth Parekh, and produced by Pay Music House. The 1 minute 40 seconds video also featured highlight reels of some of the most memorable moments in Women's T20 World Cups, alongside choreography from Wish that highlights the excitement and energy surrounding the event. The 17-day spectacle that begins on 3rd of October will feature 10 teams across 23 matches and will be played in the UAE at 2 venues, which is Dubai and Sharjah. On to India's domestic cricket now. India A defeated India C in a thrilling final session of the final day to finish at the top of the league table and win the Duleep Trophy title on Sunday. India A needed 7 wickets to win the title in the final session of day 4, and it was Prasidh Krishna who turned up the heat on Ruturaj Gaikwad's team, picking up 3 wickets. Playing at Anantapur, Prasidh picked up the crucial wicket of centurion Sai Sudarshan, who was leading India C's fight against Mayank's team, and after that dismissed Anshul Kamboj and Baba Indrajit in quick succession, helping the team to clinch the title with minutes before the close of the play. Earlier in the game, Riyan Parag and Shashwat Rawat scored 50s in the second innings to extend team's lead over India C. In the first innings of the game, India A had scored 297 runs, courtesy of a century from Rawat. Gaikwad's India C fell short of the 297-run total set by India A in the first innings. Aqib and Avesh Khan bowled fiery spells to bundle India A for 234 runs, where Gaikwad failed with the bat scoring just 17. In the previous rounds, India A had lost their first match to India B by 76 runs. Playing against India D in the second match of the tournament, India A won by 186 runs. India C finished in the second position with 9 points behind India A's 12. India B and India D finished third and fourth with 7 and 6 points respectively. Moving on in Sports Buzz, now let's get you all the latest from the world of soccer. Manchester City striker Arling Holland scripted history, scoring 100 goals for the club, equaling the record of Cristiano Ronaldo and becoming the 19th player for Team Man City to score that giant figure in the history of the club. Here's more.
English Premier League saw another record in making as Man City striker Erling Holland scored his 100th goal in match against Arsenal at English Premier League encounter at Etihad Stadium. With this, Haaland scored 100 goals across 105 appearances for Manchester City in all competitions, tying the record for the fastest player to reach 100 goals for a single club in Europe's top 5 leagues with Cristiano Ronaldo for Real Madrid. The goal came as he raced onto 7 years through ball before slotting home in the 9th minute. Interestingly, Haaland's goal have come at an average of 1 every 85 minutes. Now at the age of 24, Haaland now stands at a career tally of 235 club goals. That includes goals scored for Molde, Red Bull Salzburg, Borussia Dortmund and Man City, and 32 goals for Norway. If we talk about the big leagues, he has scored 73 Premier League goals, 18 in the Champions League, 8 in the FA Cup and 1 at the Carabao Cup. With this, Haaland becomes 4th player to score 100 goals under Pep Guardiola after Messi, Sergio Aguero and Raheem Sterling. Haaland, who's been nominated for Ballon d'Or award for the best soccer player in the world this year, has been in outstanding form this season, with his latest goal taking his total for the campaign to 10 in all competition, as he becomes the 19th player to score 100 City goals in the history of Manchester City club. Deepika Mehta's report for DD India.
John Stones scored a dramatic equaliser deep into stoppage time to rescue Manchester City from defeat against Arsenal in a chaotic and controversial 2-2 draw at the Etihad Stadium.
City took the lead through Erling Haaland's 100th goal for the club, but Arsenal turned the game around before half-time. Ricardo Calafiori equalised after City's talisman Rodri was forced off injured, and Gabriel headed Arsenal into front just before the break. Controversy struck when Prasar was sent off for a second yellow card, while City's Jeremy Doku avoided punishment for a similar offence. Now, despite relentless pressure from City in the second half, Arsenal triumphed after a brilliant display from goalkeeper David Raya. The game ended in a draw, courtesy of last-minute heroics from John Stones. Matteo Gabbia's late winner took AC Milan to a victory against Inter Milan in a thrilling Milan derby encounter. AC Milan started off strong when Christian Pulisic drove through the Inter defence before netting the ball home, becoming the first player from the United States to score in the history of Milan derby. But their lead was short-lived as Federico Di Marco's left-footed strike found the bottom corner 17 minutes later. Gabbia's magnificent header from Tijani Reinders' free kick went through the defences of Jan Sommer in 89th minute to end a run of 6 straight Milan derby defeats for Rossoneri. On the other hand, Barcelona maintained their perfect start in La Liga as forwards Robert Lewandowski and Raphinha both scored twice to help them thrash hosts Villarreal by 5-1 in a highly entertaining clash. Hansi Flick's side extended their winning streak in the league to 6 games as they bounced back from their 2-1 loss against Monaco in Champions League on Thursday. Barcelona remained top of the standings on 18 points as they preserved a 4-point lead over defending champions Real Madrid in second. Villarreal, who were handed their first La Liga loss of the season, are fifth currently with 11 points in hand. Now, Australia has appointed Tony Popovic as the new coach of the soccer team on Monday, 3 days after the shock resignation of Graham Arnold. The new coach acknowledged that there is a lot of work to be done and added that his sole focus will be the next World Cup qualifier against China, scheduled for the 10th of October.
Firstly, great honour to be sitting here. I don't think you'd expect me to say anything different. Coaching the Socceroos is, probably a dream come true as a coach. You never know if it will pop up or if the timing is right. But I'm extremely honoured, proud. I understand there is a lot of work to do, but we'll go away and plan very quickly on what's required in terms of selecting the players for this very important match against China. So that'll be the sole focus.
Time for a short break, but still to come on DD India Sports Pass on the other side. McLaren's Lando Norris' dominating run from start to finish at the Singapore Grand Prix. And team title bagged by Cameron Smith and Ripper GC for Australia.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. Now let's talk about tennis. Team Europe celebrated the night after successfully clinching yet another Laver Cup title. And with this, both the captains also handed over the captaincy to Andrea Gassi and Yannick Noah for next editions. Here's a report on how Team Europe made it happen.
Team Europe clinched the 7th edition of the Laver Cup on Sunday, defeating Team World 13-11 in a tightly fought contest in Berlin. Carlos Alcaraz defeated Taylor Fritz 6-2, 7-5 to hand Team Europe victory in the last session of the tournament. The opening day saw Team World and Team Europe equalize at 2 points each. Argentina's Francisco Cerundolo opened account for Team World with a win over Norway's Casper Ruud, but Greece Stefanos Tsitsipas hit back, seeing off Australian Thanasi Kokinakis. Europe moved into the lead when Bulgarian Grigor Dimitrov beat Chile's Alejandro Tabilo. However, Team World's Taylor Fritz and Ben Shelton bruised aside Carlos Alcaraz and Alexander Zverev in the doubles. Team World claimed 6 of the 8 points on offer during day 2, opening up an 8-4 advantage. Alcaraz was the only player to register a win for Team Europe on Saturday, as Tiafoe and Taylor Fritz ran out winners in the singles, with Shelton and Tabilo delivering in the doubles. Team Europe started day 3 at a 4-8 deficit before making a comeback courtesy of Alcaraz and Casper Ruud, who triumphed in the day's opening doubles match over Ben Shelton and Francis Tiafoe, adding 3 points in the tally to make the equation 7-8. But then Team World bounced back and extended their lead to 11-8 when Shelton beat Daniel Medvedev 6-7, 7-5, 10-7, putting the team captained by John McEnroe within touching distance of a third consecutive title. However, local hero Alexander Zverev kept Team Europe's hopes alive by squeezing out a win over Tiafoe 6-7, 7-5, 10-5 in another Laver Cup breaker where French Open and Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz wrapped up the victory. The inaugural Laver Cup took place in 2017 and Team Europe have now won 5 out of the 7 editions contested. Next year's Laver Cup takes place in San Francisco with Yannick Noah for Team Europe and Andre Agassi for Team World captaining. Sports Desk, DD India.
More from tennis. Former Wimbledon champion Alina Rakina pulled out of tournaments in Beijing and Wuhan due to a back injury, aiming to return to action before WTA Tour season finale in Riyadh. The world number 4 enjoyed a lot of success in the initial half of 2024, winning titles in Brisbane, Abu Dhabi and Stuttgart, but missed several tournaments due to illness and injury. After reaching the Wimbledon semi-finals, she withdrew from the Paris Olympics due to bronchitis and pulled out of the US Open in August due to a lower back injury after winning her opening encounter. And third seed Beatrice Hadad Mia fought back from a set down to beat top seed Daria Kasatkina by 1-6, 6-4 and 6-1 to claim her first WTA title of the season at the Korea Open on Sunday. The Brazilian overcame a shaky start after Kasatkina raced through the opening set in 26 minutes, losing just 2 points on her serve. Hadad Mia continued to be on the back foot in the second as well, trailing by 2-0 before storming back to turn the match on its head. The world number 17 now has 4 career WTA titles and has won 12 of her last 14 encounters. From tennis courts now, let's move on to F1 tracks. McLaren's Lando Norris dominated the Singapore Grand Prix from start to finish on Sunday to take another chunk out of Max Verstappen's Formula One championship lead. The 24-year-old Briton rode over the pole position at the floodlit Marina Bay circuit and led every lap to the checkered flag. Verstappen finished second for Red Bull, a massive 20.9 seconds behind, and McLaren's Oscar Piastri finished third. Verstappen's 59-point lead over Norris was cut to 52 points with 6 rounds, including 3 sprints remaining, while McLaren stretched their lead over Red Bull in constructors' standings. On to golf, Cameron Smith and Ripper GC won a LIV Golf team title for their native Australia. The All-Australian team of Smith, Lucas Herbert, Matt Jones and Mark Leishman edged 4 aces GC and won the LIV Golf team championship on Sunday outside Dallas, bringing a close to the 3rd season of the Saudi-backed breakaway tour. The final round of the team championship featured 18 holes of stroke play at Meadow Golf Club in Carrollton, Texas, with every player's score combining to create their respective team scores. The 4 winners in Saturday's match play semi-final qualified for the final. Herbert and Smith made hugely important birdie putts down the stretch to lift Ripper to 11 under 277 and a 3-stroke victory. Moving on to badminton, Indian shuttler PV Sindhu is all set to resume her campaign in new Olympic cycle at the Arctic Open Super 500 from 8th till the 13th of October in Finland, her father said on Monday. Now, Sindhu has been away from international events since her pre-quarterfinal exit at the Paris Olympics on the 1st of August and currently is
training in Hyderabad under Anup Sridhar. The two-time Olympic medal-winning shuttler decided to take a break from international events since she lost to Wu Pengchao in the pre-quarterfinals of Paris Olympics. Now, Sindhu has been titleless since July 2022 when she won the Singapore Open last. And India's rising badminton star Anmol Kharb secured her second straight victory in Europe by winning the Polish International Women's Singles event in Lublin. The 17-year-old Indian badminton player cruised past Switzerland's world number 141 Milena Schneider with a commanding 21-12, 21-8 victory in the finals. All her victories at the Polish International came in straight games. Anmol Kharb bagged her maiden international title at the Belgian International last week that boosted her ranking by 57 spots. She is now ranked at 165th position in the latest BWF rankings. Last year, Anmol became women's singles national badminton champion at the age of 16. And that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Pass, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download it right now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Deepika Mehta, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching Sports Pass. Namaskar.